Hello, this is V0.5.1 and I'm doing a mod showcase for Kingdom Keys, which is a mod made by me. I am showing version 0.5.1, although technically I'm in 0.5.2, which isn't released yet, but it's pretty much the same, just some recipe changes and some stuff that hasn't been added yet. So let's just get right into the spotlight. Here's normal blocks, which is generated in the end at layer 0 to 128, so basically anywhere on the island thing, and the vein size is 10. You can also craft it like this with endstone, dirt, endstone, and you'll get a normal blocks. Then we got the hard blocks, which also generates in the end at layer 0 to 128, vein size 9. And that's the same as the normal blocks, but crafted with stone instead of dirt. And then the same thing for the metal blocks, but vein size of 8, and uses iron ingots. So next we got the rare prize blocks, which is this, and the prize blocks. And these both generate in the overworld, but the rare prize blocks also generates in the end. So they generate at layers 0 to 80 in the overworld, and the rare prize blocks in the end generates at layer 0 to 128. They all have a vein size of 3, and most of the time they'll have a vein size of like 1, but the max is these numbers I've been saying. So if we break, oh, I'm in creative, aren't I? Up. Let's go into, in fact I'm already in creative, so let's get a prize blocks again, and change to survival. So if I break this, it drops money and HP orbs. It can drop some other stuff sometimes. Like this, it's dropped a frost shard and more money. Then we got the rare prize blocks. When you break that, it will drop some form of synthesis material. So we've got a dent shard. These are the rare prize blocks, the only way of getting orichalcum and orichalcum plus. So keep that in mind. Next we got the bounce blocks, which doesn't generate but can be crafted like so. 3 metal blocks. Hard blocks there and there, piston, and then 3 normal blocks. So if we place this down, I should place it here. You can bounce on it, and yeah, you don't take full damage, though for some reason you do when you're on the edge of it. But anyway, next we got the danger blocks, which generates in the end. They're 0 to 128 with a max vein size of 6. And it hurts you when you walk into it like a cactus. You can place them next to other blocks, as you can see, and next to each other. And if you punch this, you will also take damage, but if you hold it down, you don't, which is a little bit annoying that it does that, but oh well. Next we got the blast blocks, which is crafted like so. Normal blocks, lava bucket, normal blocks, hard blocks, TNT, hard blocks, normal blocks, hard blocks, normal blocks. So if we take this out, this can be activated with redstone and a lever, or redstone, yeah, or you can do this. So that's the blast blocks. You can pick it up without, when you punch it, if you have a feather in your hand, but that's the only way. I think Silk Touch might work, I haven't tested it. But next thing, we got the synthesis table. So this is a really important block, but I will show that later. So here's the recipe. Metal blocks, crafting table, metal blocks. Normal blocks, 500 money. Hard blocks, HP orb. Hard blocks, HP orb. And we'll get that out. just show you the GUI of it. So here it is. You can see it's a 5x5 crafting table. It's a synthesis, and it's colourful. I'll show you the recipes for that in a while. So next we got the potion, sorry, which is created like so, just HP orbs like that in a glass bottle, and you can eat this even if you're full on hunger, and it will restore your health fully. So if you're on half a heart, you will go back to full hearts. But yeah, and it increases no hunger, so I can actually demonstrate it healing. Well, you probably didn't see that because, well, kind of did. I only had one heart missing, so it didn't really make much of a difference, and I had full hunger. But anyway, we've got the hearts here, the dark heart, which you don't craft it. Well, you can get all of these from mobs, but in different ways, which I will show later. But you use 8 dark hearts and soul sand to make a heart, 8 hearts and soul sand to make a pure heart, and 8 pure hearts and soul sand to make kingdom hearts. So I won't show these recipes, mainly because they're kind of bugged, and also I've removed them in this version because I'm changing them. But they are on the forum post. You can't actually craft the some terrors. I probably shouldn't do that. Toggle downfall. There we go. Yeah, you can look at the recipes on the forum post, but these are different armors. So first of all, I'll show you the Keyblade armor for Aqua. So here it is. Now I've got Terra's Keyblade armor, and this is what it looks like. Another thing to mention, in this version that I have, which isn't released, which should actually be released kind of soon, I fixed the texture bugs with the armor, so when you wear the legs it doesn't give you the boots, and it doesn't give you like a weird chest thing that it did before. So yeah, it's a lot better. Next we got Vanquish's Keyblade armor, which looks like that, and their stats, I still need to, well, it's kind of hard to actually say what the stats are because the way you set them is a bit weird, but they are, it's very good armor, better than diamond armor, similar durability, but Terra's is the best out of the 3. And then we got the organization. Oh, I didn't even put them in here, did I? I'll just take these then. So I actually have renamed them in this version to Dark Road, but in the released one they're called like Hooded Organization and blah blah blah. So here it is. So you can see that. I actually need to change the boots, kind of, but I'll do that. So here are all of the things. Well, I'm not going to show all the recipes for the synthesis table, but I'm showing the kind of important ones. But there are recipes for every single Keyblade, and that's a lot. That's 114 recipes. So I'm only showing the ones that have models and some other stuff that has recipes. So here is the shimmering crystal. Yep. Which I'll put that back up. If we look in here, I haven't put the recipe because I am a derp. I will put a annotation saying it, but it's a shapeless recipe, and I can't remember it off the top of my head, so I'll put an annotation saying that. You'll see it round now. So here's the kingdom keychain, which I do have the recipe for. Which, if we let's get in tonight. Time set day. There we go. If I yeah, that doesn't have any resistance, does it? Whoops. Okay, let's go to creative. Get one of those. I am going to treat that as a bug. It just insta breaks and doesn't drop. So we'll make it drop, don't worry. So if we get these, it's a shapeless recipe. All the ones I'm showing, apart from this one, are all shapeless. So you can just put all these in. Doesn't really matter where. And you can see it makes the kingdom keychain. And if I press the keybind, which is here, summon Keyblade, which is default to G, I will summon the Keyblade. So here's the kingdom key, and this has +9 attack damage, and Vanquish 1, which is an enchantment added by this mod, obviously, that allows you to collect hearts. So I'll be showing that later. So next we got the kingdom key D, which I will just put everything in. And there we go. So here it is. This has +9 attack damage, Vanquish 2, so very similar to the standard kingdom key. And I am actually going to clear my inventory out because it's getting a bit, well, it's a bit cluttered. Oh, there's lots of stuff. To speed this up, I'll just wear that. I would clear my entire inventory with the shift click, but I don't want to get rid of these. Yeah, so. Next we've got the Oblivion chain, which is crafted like so. Now one thing I didn't do was actually mention what the hell these things are. Whoops. Yeah, I will put a link to the recipe, the list of the recipes, so you yeah, so you can see that. But here's the Oblivion chain. Most of them are crafted with 1,000 money, by the way. So just keep note of that. So here's the Oblivion. Looks quite nice, in my opinion. Probably one of my best models. And all these models I've spent like a very long time on. The ones that look the worst, probably the first ones I did, which is the Kingdom Key D, because that's the same model, just a retexture, and the Oathkeeper, which I'm about to show you now. So here it is. So yeah, these are my early models, which don't look as good, but they still look quite cool. So next we got the Earth Shaker, and you can actually see what I'm using if you look at the tooltips. And what have I done? Oh dear. What am I doing? Don't tell me I got the wrong material down. Well, I don't even have the right materials because I'm a bit of a derp sometimes, just like with that. I'll put an annotation for that as well, and also if you look in the recipe list you can see it, and also it seems that this is bugged. I didn't even know that. Well, oh well, that'll be fixed. I'll just spawn in the Earthshaker. So here it is. I did actually forget to mention these things. So this has plus 15 attack damage and Vanquish 4. This has plus 17 attack damage and Vanquish 5. This has plus 14 attack damage and Vanquish 2. So here it is. Next we got the Wild Wind. I won't even bother crafting, but here, all the materials. So, summon that. There is actually a config option to hold it like Ventus does, so if you want to have it like that, have it like that. Here it is. Next we got the Rainfall, so hit the materials. Again, it's probably best to look at the list, but here's the Rainfall. I did a pretty good job on shading that, if you ask me. That's just my opinion. Anyway, next we got the Soul Eater. These are all the chains, by the way, just if you haven't realised. So here are the materials. So here it is, Soul Eater. Pretty big. This is one of the models that took me ages, because filling in the middle of it took a very long time. Mainly because it's kind of curved. Anyway, let's go back to the first person. Next we've got the Starlight. So here are the materials. And here's the actual blade. So it's kind of similar to the Kingdom Key. The handle kind of looks better. I'm probably going to do the same thing to the Kingdom Key and the Kingdom Key D. Maybe. I'm not sure. But next, I'll just get... yeah. We've got the Fenrir, so here are all the materials. And here is the Keyblade. So this model looks very, very good in my opinion. And it wasn't made by me, it was made by Azus Spark, I think that's how you pronounce the name. But yeah, not made by me. Looks very good though. And yeah, should be having more models made by other people. So that'll be cool, because it will take ages to get all 114 models done. So yeah. So next we got the 0/1. So here are all the materials, and here's the Keyblade. So I think this was probably the easiest model to make. Well, I wouldn't say the easiest, but it was very, in a way it was easy, in a way it was hard, because it's like blocky, so it's really easy to make with cubes. But anyway, that's that. Let's just move some of these off here. So next we got the lunar eclipse, and basically the recipe is for this and the total eclipse, which will be next. Very similar, just the main difference is that this uses Remembrance Crystal and Remembrance Shard, and these use Twilight Crystal and Twilight Shard, so very similar. And their model is exactly the same, they're just retextured. So here's the lunar eclipse, and here's the total eclipse. So that's all the Keyblades that have models. Next, well, I'll just hold nothing so it doesn't get in the way of the view. So next we got all the mithril stuff, so the mithril gem, the mithril stone, no, that's the mithril shard, mithril stone, mithril gem, mithril crystal, dark matter, and leather of darkness. So this is how it's made. And then it's the same recipe with the Serenity shard for the stone. And then this is how the mithril gem is crafted. And then same thing for this, it has a Serenity stone. This one has a Serenity shard, just take note of that. Yeah, that's the mithril crystal. Next we've got the dark matter, which is made with 9 lucid shards. Dark gem, 2 mithril shards. There you go, dark matter. Next, this is the only shaped recipe, and it produces 8. And this is how it's done. So we've got dark matter and leather and dark hearts, just like that. And one last thing is how to obtain the synthesis materials. So we got a couple of ores. Got the blazing ore, which spawns at layers 0 to 20, so not a very big range and very low down. Next, vein size, max vein size 5, and when you destroy the ore, you will get, well, I will demonstrate it in fact. Let's get a pickaxe. So let's go, survival. If I break this, see I got a blazing stone and a blazing crystal, so you have a chance to get one of the 4 in the set. So there will be you could get a blazing shard and gem as well. Yeah, you always get 2. So you can see I got 2 lightning crystals there. That's the same. So this is the lightning ore. Layer 40 to 60, vein size 5. And the frost ore, which is on layer 25 to 40, vein size 5. And yeah, you can see these all drop the respected things. There's frost gem. And this ore, which is now gone, spawns in any snow and ice biomes, like the frozen ocean, taiga biome, you know, all those. So next we've got the dense ore, which spawns layers 0 to 15, vein size 5, and you'll get dense stuff. Then we've got the power ore, which spawns in the end, as you can see by the end stone look, at layer 0 to 128. There is actually a non-end version, but that doesn't spawn, so that's that. And this is the same effect. Then we got the energy ore, which spawns layer 0 to 128, so you can pretty much find it anywhere. Vein size 6, so we get the energy stuff. Remembrance ore, layer 0 to 128, vein size 4. Then we got the Serenity ore, layer 60 to 128, vein size 5. And we got Twilight ore, layer 0 to 128, vein size 8, so you probably will find a lot of these. Then we got the Tranquil ore, at layer 70 to 128, it's quite high up, vein size 6. Then we got the Bright ore, layer 10 to 128, vein size 5. Full inventory. And then we got the Dark ore, which is layer 0 to 12 and vein size 4, so you probably won't find that many in the overworld, but you can find it. And then we got the End version, which is more common, and that's vein size 6. And we got the Lucid ore, which is the last ore, layer 0 to 70, vein size 6. So that's all the ores. And that's almost everything in the mod. We've just got to show the Vanquish enchantment and the music discs, which are here. I will now... actually, I won't clear my inventory, but I will just clear away some stuff. That'll do. So here's the music discs. I won't play all of them, I'll just play like one or two. Let's just play Organisation 13. I'll show you what all of them are. There's Simple and Clean Planet B Remix, Sanctuary, Music Paula Tristestation, Birthplace Sleep, Link to the Future, Dream Drop Distance, The Next Awakening, Hikari Kingdom Instrumental Version, then we got Organisation 13, then we got No More Bugs, Bug Version, and Sinister Sundown. So here's Organisation 13. So yeah, that's that. And I'll play another one. Let's play, no, actually, let's play this one. So yeah, I won't play anymore, but those are the music discs. So one last thing now is to show the heart. So let's go find some. I'm on peaceful, so there won't be any hostiles, but we'll put it on easy in a sec. So let's get, which one should I use? One with the high Vanquish. Well, I'll just use the Oblivion. So I just used the Oblivion to kill this, and you can see I got heart and money. You'll get different money amounts just without Vanquish, but yeah, you need the enchantment to get the hearts. So if I can show that this happens, so you can see I didn't get a heart that time, I just got money. You'll get more if you have a higher Vanquish enchantment, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, that's the normal hearts. We'll put it on easy and try and find a mob or hostile one. Oh, there's one, baby zombie. See, I got a dark heart, and they also drop money, so you get a lot. But you can craft the money together, which I haven't actually shown. I don't even have enough. If you put 2 5s, you'll get a 10. So yeah, just do similar things for everything, and you can make your way up to the higher numbers. So yeah, that's how you get the money. And if you want to get pure hearts and a Kingdom Hearts without having to craft it, you can. Well, to get the pure hearts, just kill villagers if you want to. I mean, obviously, villagers are pretty precious, but if you do kill them, you get pure hearts. So. And then the Ender Dragon will drop a Kingdom Hearts. But of course, you're going to kill it once, so probably not the best way to get Kingdom Hearts, but it's always a nice addition, along with like the fact that you get like to level 80. Yeah, you get a lot of XP. So this has been my mod spotlight for my mod Kingdom Keys, and I just wanted to make this video to show everyone the features that are in this version, and yeah, hopefully I can get the wiki that I'm working on to have more information. I am working on it, as I just said, and yeah, that was pretty good. We'll try and make it as informative as possible, and so I will put a link to the forum post for this mod if you haven't came from the forum post, along with the list of recipes and the wiki if you want to find those. And definitely keep an eye on the wiki, because I'll be adding more info to it. So, hope you enjoyed this, and see you maybe in another video later on.